morning, soul family. Oh, how are you doing today? I woke up with a headache. Actually, I went to sleep with a headache and I woke up with a headache. Like pressure, not pain, just like pressure, just enough to be annoying. So I don't know if it's just the energy or who it is that maybe it's I didn't get enough sleep. Song about somebody. I made you chase me. I wasn't that friendly. I've been on the run so long they can't find me. Beautiful trauma. So, beginning of that, somebody has recognized that they have pushed away the one they love. Okay. How did you guys like the reading yesterday? I loved it up there. I have to tell you, that's for the weekly reading I'm talking about. Here, I rearranged my desk. I put all my little ones out, and I've got this all set up. I love this. My friend Ken is a granite guy, and I had this sitting this way, like sideways, and he cut a long piece for the top, and then I had a fish tank on top, and then that was for the top of that, and then there were plants inside. It looked really cool, but I needed this. And I'm looking at this whole setup, and it's interesting to me how everything comes together and it means something, you know, even when I'm just moving things around. The orange cat is my kitsune. Remember the orange animal is the kitsune it's like a fox color or has gold eyes or red hair. It's your best friend. It's your silent protector. And what's interesting to me is Oliver is also an orange cat. He was an orphan, right? He was abandoned. And this cat has a chip on its right ear, which is a rescue cat, right? They cut their corners of the ear to let you know that they were a wild cat that's now been brought in. Everything means so much to me in this, and I love this. I love this. If I want to bring something over, I can reach for it, but this way they're safe and they're beautiful, and they're in a place of honor, because they should be. And then here I can use all of the power crystals that I need to move around on my desk, and I've got more room, right? I like this, and I've got my dream crystal being held like a crystal ball, charging with that clear quartz. I love it. So today is just glass. I mean, just perfect weather. No wind. Clear. It's not super hot. It's not cold. It's just perfect spring day. So all blue skies ahead. Yesterday when I left, when I finished the weekly reading, I didn't lay down. I never lay down. I got up and I hiked and I climbed those rocks and I went all over the place, and I love that. And then I was there literally for probably another 2 hours, and then my battery started dying in my phone, and I wanted to take pictures, and my phone battery, I mean my chargers were also dying, and I'm like, no. So I went back to the car to charge my batteries, and then I went over the other hill. When I was talking, I pointed over to the other hill where the other rocks were, and I parked by the neighborhood there, and I went and I climbed up all in those rocks. That's going to be my place. That's where I'm going to go. While I'm here, I need to rock climb. I've been missing that. Remember I said about Sedona? I missed that. Well, I've got it right there, and I'm going to go there, and it's only, I don't have to go 40 minutes. I don't have to go all the way up to Idlewild, although I love Idlewild, but I'm not going to drive an hour. I can literally drive down the street 5 minutes, and then park my car and hike and climb around, and it's incredible. It's beautiful. I see so many messengers. I mean, everywhere I went, I don't know if you guys noticed, I took pictures and I shared them on my page, my personal Facebook page, but it's open. You could look at it. I found stuff people dumped out there, and I picked it up, like hair products and CDs. I mean, there's a lot, you know. So I think next time I go, I'll probably bring a bigger backpack with a garbage bag inside, and I'll just pick up what I see. I mean, there's some of the stuff is too much. Like there's blankets, and people live out there. One place I found, and I thought, ooh, I'm gonna go look up there. There was a tent. There was a guy literally living in a tent. And what was interesting is he was not out in the hills, which is kind of smart actually. He was closest to Walgreens because I guess he can go in and use the bathroom. He lives there. But wow, you know, we were talking about yesterday about choices, right? Something had fallen apart, and I was really thinking about that, about how in the Akashic Tarot, which we're using today as well, in the Akashic Tarot, how they had the chess game, right? The board game, and they had the white side and the dark side, and the light side had come and kicked the dark down. I got another message about that today. If you're looking at that chessboard as your game of life, that could be you letting your light shine and kick your dark side down. So it's like putting it, checkmate, check it, get it in check, right? I'm going to put that one down, and I'm going to allow the light in me to shine. I've been in a situation where I've allowed myself to be, because we got the dress of alchemy the other day in the Oracle of Shadows and Light, and it talked about how you've allowed yourself to be tainted, or allowed yourself to have negative energy or toxic energy, or maybe it wasn't your fault. Maybe it's just your family or your environment that you're in that has glommed onto you and has dulled your shine. And so when you recognized the association that you're around and the importance of removing yourself from it, which is what we were shown yesterday, as soon as you're able to do that and detach, then your light starts to shine. And it was the white queen that knocked the dark queen down. So it's like you allowed your light to come out and take over. Because if anybody's going to be in control of your life, it better be the white side, the light side, not the night side, right? What else did I notice in that? Because it could go both ways. I'll think about it and see if anything comes out. My head's tight right now. I'm sorry. I'm going to, let me just take a drink of water. I just ate my oatmeal. My hands were literally shaking. Probably because I don't know, I hiked a lot. And you know what's interesting is, I just did my squats too. I just did my 100 squats. But still, it's interesting. You know, when I do something like that, when I hike and climb, when I climb around mountains, it's different than hiking with a 75-pound pack. I climb the rocks and I skip and run and I do it in little bursts because I'm going up, then I'm going down, I'm going up and I'm going down. So I'm not constantly climbing, right? So I don't feel like I'm working out. I don't feel like it, but it's fun and it works my body. So I think my body actually is telling me, wow, that was, it's been a while, Sherry. That felt good, but I'm shaking. So I had my oatmeal and with my chia seeds, and I've been putting a couple drops of peppermint oil, essential oil in it. Very, very powerful for cleansing. It clears your head. Here, let me help you. Let me help you. Oh, you know what's funny? Peppermint oil. Use eucalyptus or peppermint oil on the temples, forehead, or wrist to alleviate stress, reduce tension, and get rid of headaches. Thank you, higher self. Thank you, higher self. I got up this morning and I said I need it. So I'm going to go put a little bit on my temples. I did take a couple ibuprofen, which I don't normally like taking anything drug-wise. And so for now that I know that, I won't do that again. I think that's hysterical. I'm going to say, because there's a lot of physical, health benefits for peppermint. It perks you up. But it clears your respiratory system, right? But for spirituality, it helps stimulate the conscious mind, allowing for an increase in your thoughts. It also provides spiritual protection and purification of spirit. Interesting, hey? I think that's pretty cool. So if you've got my head's tight right now, and in my dreams, my dreams were lucid, and I didn't write them down. I kept remembering them. I saw the conversation that was taking place. Somebody was offering somebody a position, and I thought, don't take it. Don't take it. You were shown. You're the same, that's a toxic environment. You need to get out of there. So maybe my head was tense because maybe the person's thinking as well, and I was connecting to that energy. So peppermint oil, it stopped mental chatter, because when I started to feel that way, I said, okay, I need to detach, and I choose to be in a place of peace, and I know that I kept getting the message yesterday, and it kept coming up this morning. I shared it with you guys as well. A friend in need is receiving help. So I said, I called on his higher self and his higher self's team, and I said, please help guide him, clear his head, help him make the right decisions, give him the strength to do it, and I released that, and I trust that will happen. So that way I could let go of that mind chatter and just allow spirit to handle it, because we concern ourselves with with other people that we love and that we're concerned, especially if you see what I see, and I see things happening, and I'm concerned, and really they've got their own spiritual team. Not to mention, everybody has to make their own choices, right? Everybody has free will. So you can lend a hand by praying for them or on their behalf and saying, you know, please help them hear their higher self correctly. Please help them if they're in a place of confusion, or if they're in a place where, I'm getting my incense here. If they're in a place where, like yesterday, it was going to be very tempting. I mean, the temptations wouldn't be there if it wasn't something that you desired, right? And if you're in a financial stressful situation, somebody offers you a position, even if it's in a toxic company, you might be tempted to take it. And Spirit's saying, please don't do that. You've already seen how things are falling apart there. You need to get out. I also got another message that, and I didn't want to make the whole reading so negative yesterday, but it is important right now, and I'm going to say it, and whoever needs to hear it will hear it. There's also a message that you've already seen signs of trouble, and what I'm getting is we've been getting a lot about the law and justice, and if you don't get out, you could go down with them, because it looks to me as though somebody's been doing something illegal, and Spirit's saying if ever there was a time to get out, it's now. Remove yourself from that situation. So with my tightness in my head, I'm doing what I can to clear myself, and I'm asking that whoever I was channeling is able to also reap the benefits. So I'm going to share that. I'm going to say, I'm going to ask that whatever I'm doing to clear myself of this mental chatter or this worry or this confusion or this doubt, that they get that energy as well, so that they can make clear decisions and recognize that even though, you know, the promise of money in your hand, when you got bills is a tempting thing. The fact that Spirit said if you make the right choice, your nest egg will be safe. Remember the nest? Your nest egg will be safe, and you will be in a better position. I shared on my page this morning, several things popped up, and it was intriguing because it immediately came to mind. Where is it? It's adorable. That little deer in the nest that we saw yesterday in the tree. And I think about that right there, right? The new beginning. See the little egg? You need to protect your new beginnings. You have the ability for a new beginning, and you need to protect them. So get away from the toxic environment. Get away from that chess game, that what did I call it yesterday? That corporate warfare. And it could be within family. You know, whatever it is, it's not a safe place for you to be. And when you see the deer, this is a baby deer. This is a fawn. So this is like a newly awakened one, or reawakened if you've gone back to sleep, or you are just a gentle, this is how you need to care for yourself. This is a baby. This could be your project. This could be your relationship. Protect it. High up in the tree in this nest where it's safe. And remember, the deer means you may just be coming out of a very difficult situation. So walk gently upon your path, because you're not quite sure where you're going and you haven't quite found your footing. And you're shaking. I'm shaking this morning, and it's not me. I'm picking up that energy. So have strength, call on Spirit to help you, and trust that you're going to be given the help that you need. So this message was seclusion. It might be, and yesterday, step away from it. Sequester yourself away from it, from the world today. It might be a desire to exclude yourself or set aside some time for meditation so that you can tap into the secret parts of you that are hidden and remain hidden when you've got that mental chatter going, right? And sit quietly and give yourself permission to be in silence and disconnect, especially from the toxic energy of that chess game. Maybe it's just a lot of negotiations. It's a lot of overthinking. Maybe that's your chess game, right? So knock the dark side out, the negative thoughts, and allow the positive, the light queen to come through so that your path is illuminated in the proper way. Don't be in your ego mind, but be in your higher self. So listen to the birds. It's very, very busy. So we're such busy people. We often forget that being alone, even just for an hour or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, or even on your lunch break or your coffee break or whatever, it's really, really important to remove yourself from all that frenetic busyness and the energy of other people. So this is what you're needing to do at some point today. I feel like I need to do it right now. My head is just tense. Okay. Correct neutrality on all levels. What is the most important message for us this morning? Correct for neutrality on all levels. I choose to say calmly, peacefully centered. In a place of peace, I surrender to Spirit's guidance and direction. When they give me the guidance and the steps to follow, I will follow that. When something is unclear, I will pull back and go into meditation until I allow myself to find my center again. When the fear jumps up, I recognize that's just parts of myself that are out of alignment. And I need to, again, go in and find my center. And once I find my center, I'll be able to think clearly. I'll be able to hear and see the messages that I may not be seeing. I choose peace. I choose myself. I choose self-love. I choose the light. All right. I knew that this would be in reverse. Now, what's really intriguing is this is the card from yesterday. So this is probably what the tension is that I'm feeling. I was asking myself about this. Now remember, the Ark of the Covenant is where the law is kept, or where you keep things that were precious. This is negotiations that are going on. So I told you, I saw in my dream somebody offering somebody something, right? They're going to probably present themselves like this, but it's in reverse. You cannot trust it. That fire is going to burn you. Check it out. See, in this position, the fire is blowing over to at this guy. When it's in the upright, it's away from you. But when it starts to blow, that's going to catch you on fire. It's going to burn you. You're going to get burned, is what Spirit's telling you. Don't trust the offer that's been given to you. Ask the questions. Better yet, get out of there. Things are not as they appear. Things are not peaceful. It's a facade. There's a contract broken. It could be telling you also, this could be giving you a message if you're wondering about a situation. Yes, they've walked away. Yes, they've chosen to not continue with this. They recognized they weren't safe. They aren't going to take that offer. It could be, as I said, because of Mercury retrograde, the house deal falls through. The contract breaks. The job... In Mercury retrograde, you don't want to be buying a house during Mercury retrograde anyway. You don't want to be signing any legal contracts if you can help it during Mercury retrograde. Because Mercury retrograde is the planet of coming back around again. So if you're signing something now, you're going to be re-signing it next year, unless that's something that you want. It's best not to make major decisions during Mercury retrograde of a serious, nature that could cause your life to go this way or that way. Mercury doesn't go direct, I think, until April 13th. I'm not quite certain. It's and Sandy will jump in and go, no, Sandy knows exactly. I don't. It's the second week anyway in April. So being the fact that we got this yesterday in our weekly reading, and we're getting it again this morning, and I was thinking about that all night, about the dark and the light. Don't be fooled by the benevolent facade. If somebody comes to you just because they're a spiritual, they present themselves as a spiritual teacher, it doesn't mean that they are. Just because somebody presents themselves, I've got a good deal for you. Question that. You're a used car salesman and you're slick. I know how you work. I know how you operate. I know what you do for a living, and I don't trust you. Keep that in the back of your mind. Be careful. Especially, remember, you were supposed to make sure that the person's actions and their words aligned, they matched up. Well, they're not lining up here. So see past the illusion, see past the deception. Don't dumb yourself down when you already know what you've already heard. Right now, I'm looking at this in a different way today. Right now, if you accept whatever this offer is or go through, the dark is going to win. The dark's got the sword spearing you. You're going to land on that spear. Bam. So you want to balance things, right? You want to keep things in balance. What do you need to do to keep things in balance? Now, on the positive, it's over. It's done. Yay, the deal is done. It's killed. I've moved past this situation. I recognized, and also, remember, working too hard. I'm constantly in negotiations. I'm constantly working. But maybe now I've taken Spirit's advice and I realized, you know what? I realized if I kept working like that, I was just going to burn myself out. So I have now taken a rest. I've stopped. Positive. If anything else comes to me while I'm talking to you guys, I'll bring it up. But that's what comes to me at this moment. I just find it ironic that Funny, I've got a picture of, I just find it ironic that it came up this morning after I've been thinking about it, and that's probably why my head was so heavy. Somebody's trying to make a choice. They're trying to make the right move. Maybe they're wanting to better themselves, and they're wanting to, it's really, you know what really sucks? This is our test. This is our test in trusting spirit. I've been in this position before. You know, you're going for a job, right? I'm looking for a job. I've been out of work. I'm struggling, and somebody offers me something. It's not what I want to do. It really isn't. And it's going to come with ramifications, but I've been out of work for so long. You know, what am I going to look a gift horse in the mouth? Yes. If that's a black horse, I'm coming at you like a dark horse. Yeah, because that gift horse isn't for you. You want the iron horse. This is a black horse, but you want the steady horse that spirit comes forward. That one that's coming for you that says I'm coming at you like a dark horse, look that gift horse in the mouth and say, are your words meeting up with your actions? What you're saying to me, the way you're presenting yourself to me today, is this how you always treat me? Or do you want something from me? Because when somebody offers you a bad deal, and spirit says this is a bad deal, it's for their benefit, not yours. Don't let any big dog get on you and ride for free. Camouflage yourself. Go into the shadows then, right? How about we turn this around? Camouflage yourself. Don't let them see you. Stay in the shadows. Watch, wait, and observe. I like that. Thank you, Spirit. I posted a picture of my lily chicken, and she's my little owl. It's funny, my daughter says, Mom, she can't see. I think she's blind. And I said, she's not blind. She's an owl. She's a seer. Look at her. She's reptilian too, but she's got the dark and the light. She's got a perfect blend, doesn't she, with her perfect little adorable pink nose, my wise owl. And somebody just said, is that your babe? And I said, yes, it is. That's my babe. She looks so delicate and gentle, but she is tough as nails. You know, she's been declawed, and she kicks Liger's ass all the time. I rescued her. She was my rescue babe, right? The one that was brought in from the outside. And she was on the streets by herself with no claws for months and months and months, nobody taking care of her. How do you think she survived? So never mistaken a gentle, soft person for a weak one. She's a perfect example of that. She looks beautiful and delicate, like she's used to, she was declawed, so she was in a wealthy family. It's expensive to have that done, even though it's cruel. She was well taken care of. She was pampered originally, and then she was thrown out. But her insides are tough, right? She's strong. And so there's a message as well. That little deer that was in the nest, that's a delicate little deer on the outside, needs to be in that nest, but it's being taken care of. But you know what? That little deer is strong. That little deer is strong. That is the message from Deer Totem. Never mistake a gentle, quiet person for a weak one, in yourself or in another. So my landlord and I were talking about Lily yesterday, and he was saying how his two cats were fighting, and he says, you know, it's funny that the littler one beats up the bigger one. I said, not funny at all. Lily takes Liger down, and she has no fear. She doesn't back down. She's in control of this house. She's the one that's sleeping on her pillow right now. Okay. So that's another message to me. Don't be worried about the ones that that you know in your life that you're concerned with. They're stronger than you think. Like I said, they've got their own team. You just worry about taking care of yourself and sharing your love. Ooh, we're in reverse again. Oops, sorry. That horse got knocked over. I wonder which one. Let's see. So, oh, there's going to be a lot to read in this card. I like that. All right, so we're going to bring up some courage, and we're going to bring up some healing and love, and we're going to bring up the whole Galactic Federation behind us. Increscent moon. So that's a new moon, new beginnings, new jobs, new projects. This is an artist, right? He's working through the night on what he loves. Clearly he loves, this is his passion. And when the new moon comes out, we put up our new moon wishes, right? So in the upright, here's this guy working long hours on what he loves, his passion. And it's a woman, the bust of a woman. And the pictures, if you look closely, they're all of a woman. So this could be somebody that he loves. He's doing a lot of thinking. And he's focused and he's working, but he's alone. She's not there. So this is somebody in the upright condition. When I read this, I mean, I'll give you the definition and there's also another definition. But for me, what I'm looking at is all of those pictures and all of those sculptures are of that woman. And that man is alone in his attic, because look at the dormer room, working long hours into the night, burning the midnight oil. So you're up at night thinking. I want this, I'm creating, I'm planning, I've got plans. And look at the water outside in the harbor. What a beautiful view he's got though, right? If you look, oh, you guys probably can't see. I wonder even if I can see with my magnifying glass. I'm gonna zoom it in. Okay. I love where they live, right? So there's the street lights. I mean, it is middle of the night. You see the city beyond, the rolling hills right there, the harbor. Look at the peaceful, gentle face that she has. He's creating her, and that's how he sees her. She's out of stone. So there's no communication. Look at her there. Where's my wand? Look at her there, bent over. She looks like she's sad. Covering the eyes. So, an artist. There's all kinds of different things. So, you're burning the midnight oil, right? You're working all night long. You're alone. You're not with anyone else. So, you're in the state of creation. You're also, like I said in the other message, you're missing someone. You're planning something. Also in the upright, you've done a lot. You've done well. You've gone from your printing stage, like from the artist's conception, to actually almost finishing that sculpture. And there's finished sculptures on the shelves. So you've done your work. You've created. You have prospered. You've worked very hard, and it's going to be paying off. But the fact that you're working late into the night means you have to. Right? So it may have been, you may have had financial difficulties that you're working all night long to do this. So all the positives in the upright, you've done a lot of work. The work is there. It's completed. It's really beautiful. It's to your satisfaction. You've been very focused. Now in the reverse, this is a new moon in the upright. In the reverse, it's going away. It's the end of that cycle, right? It's decreasing. So here, money is lacking. Instead of the tide coming in, the tide's going out. So you're exhausted. You're burned out. You've been burning the midnight oil. Check it out. You're burning up. That lamp's going to burn things up. That's going to catch you on fire. It's burnout. You're suffering from burnout. And it's now you're feeling, oh God, I'm working, and I don't have enough money. I don't have my projects done. I don't have, and I'm exhausted. So this goes along with this morning in the dream that I got, somebody being offered, and this is the temptation, and that's why it's so difficult. And this is where our faith and trust in spirit comes in. When you're in this position and somebody offers you something, even if it's a bad offer, you're tempted to take it because you need to feed yourself. You're exhausted. You're tired of working and getting nothing. Or maybe, walking my spiritual path, I'm trying to do the right thing, but you know what? I'm not getting anywhere. I will tell you this. I have felt this, and I will tell you honestly. Before I went on my spiritual journey, I had a really good job. I did. I had a full clientele. I worked with my best friends. I lived in a big house on a hill, a pool, gated community. But everything started, my spiritual path was calling to me. I was getting signs and messages, and things started getting tight, right? I could have stayed and struggled and fought, but I was paying $3,000 a month for a mortgage in a house that was upside down. I was killing myself. I was burning out. And I did what Spirit advised me to do. I walked away. I left it all. And that's what Spirit is advising to have happen in some of your situations right now, because that's the message that we keep getting. It's burnout. You're killing yourself for something, or maybe you're feeling, God, I've put everything into this, and now the whole business is, these guys are crooks, or I got fired. I did all my work for nothing, because I did say, wow, ever since I went on my spirit, when things got tough, I would say, damn, you know, ever since I went on my spiritual path, it's been rough for me, you know, it's been really, really rough. I've lost everything more than one time, and I've been struggling. And so that's your test. Are you going to persevere? And what did the Father say to me? Constantly, no matter how bad it gets, no matter how bad it looks, keep on your spiritual path. Don't take the negative offers. Don't go. Don't shortcut. Don't start hanging out with nefarious people. Don't take that deal. Oh, it's just this one time. No, don't do it. Don't let the dark take over. Get back to center. Trust in spirit, because remember, that nest was promised. You may have to simplify. There may be the need to simplify. You may not have the luxuries. You may have to give that car lease back and get an inexpensive car. You know, you're going to have to watch your spending. You're going to have to stop your, filling your void with buying things, or with going out dancing or drinking or partying. You know, it's time to buckle down. Instead of going to the movies, go out for a walk. You know, you got to pay attention to what Spirit's been telling us. It's been consistent. Right now, as we were shown, the forces around you are against you. They are. And your energy being expended in this way is worthless. It's going to burn you out. You're going to get burned. These people that have been offering you position, or the situation, or the relationship, or whatever it is not in your highest good. It could be you doing this to yourself. I'm pushing myself, and I'm going to have a breakdown. Or I'm pushing myself, and then I get sick, and I'm in my bed for 3 weeks. Well, then how far ahead are you? Right? So Spirit says, don't freak out. This is temporary. Oh yeah, it's been temporary for the last 6 years. This is where you're at right now, and this is your test, because it's right at the end of the runner's race that people want to give up. It's right at the end. This morning when I was doing my squats, I was at 95, and I was like, God, my ass is killing me, but I made myself go. I slowed down a little bit, but I went. And what did Spirit say, the first message? Step back, slow down. Go into meditation. Clear yourself, get centered, start up again. Do what you can in front of you. Don't try and do it all. This is a cycle. And this cycle is ending. It's almost over. Look how close you are to a brand new cycle starting. That's what Spirit's showing you. And it's going to move quickly. Have you ever watched the moon? It's just a couple of days. So take a deep breath, pause, relax. Call on Spirit to give you that extra bump, that extra strength, and to persevere and stick with it. Bring yourself in a place of center. I choose to surrender to Spirit and stay in a place of peaceful calm. I choose that. I'm asking for galactic, divine protection, intervention, shielding. I'm going to see myself in this manner, and I'm going to take it easy on myself. I'm going to go on my breaks, and instead of chatting or running off to do an errand, I'm just going to close my eyes in meditation. When my eyes start to hurt, my head starts to hurt, I'm going to take a bit of a nap. I'm going to sit back and just going to take a bit of a nap. I can take that time. I can take 10 minutes to do that. Think of all the things that you do during the day normally that you don't absolutely have to do, and take that time and use it for yourself. Close your eyes. Feel the flow of energy. That old energy is leaving. There's receptivity and opportunity coming forward. Feel it, see it, know it. Bring it to you. Direct that energy in the direction you want it to go. See, so reverse cards can be very, very positive. One more. I thought, yesterday I was doing so many cards and it was going to be the world's longest reading, and it really wasn't that long. It was only like, an hour and 20 minutes or an hour and 25? So 25 minutes longer than normal, but the fact that we're getting, again, confirmation makes me feel as though people are struggling. Well, I know that because of the tightness in my head. There's a temptation. You know what? I'm going to go to Oracle of Shadows and Light. I am. I just heard that. And then I'm going to go, I will go back to the Akashic Tarot. So we are getting 4. Correct neutrality on all levels. Also, the fact that the song was somebody had been not had taken someone for granted and had realized that the person that they had blown off or made them chase, were mean to them or whatever. They realized that they loved them and they were sorry about that. The fact that that guy was sitting there carving the bust of that woman and up at night thinking about the situation. Spirit's already saying, yesterday we got the message from the Osprey that there's an opportunity in front of you and you need to grab it now. Now's the time to act. If what you want, it's time to make your move and let go of your fear, your apprehension. So that also has to do with that message. And now check it out. From dead calm, absolute wind whip. My wind chimes are being knocked all over the place, and the wind just whipped up. And the lake is whipped up a little bit too. So all of a sudden, remember I said yesterday, I got the message that there was going to be inclement weather. It was going to be up, down. You just prepare for anything, any possibility, because things were going to rapidly change. So it was going to be that way with people and their attitudes and the way that they were going to treat you. That's why you needed to be safe. Now remember that offer. Right now, or when they present it to you, it could be all calm and nice. But if you don't take exactly what they want or do what they want, they're going to switch on you. That's the narcissist. That was that facade, the shiny facade. They presented themselves in light, but underneath they were tarnished. And that was the tarnish that was upon your dress of gold, so that you weren't able to see things correctly. So now things are shifting. Be wary. Wow, I can really hear it out there. It's amazing. Oh my God. All right. If that isn't confirmation, that's exactly the message right here. You have allowed yourself, your dress, look how tarnished your dress is. This is supposed to be a dress of gold. And it's completely covered in gunk, toxic energy, thoughts, worries. But look at all the all-seeing eyes all around you. If you open your eyes, your spiritual eye, pay attention to the divine masculine. Get outside and spend 10 minutes in the sun today on your break. If you guys have sun where you're at, I'm going to do it. I just got that. Connect with the divine. Get that power. This is about releasing your power, but you have to get your power back. You're holding on to a magic bottle with 3 dragons in it, or you have bottled those 3 dragons. Serpents. 3-headed snake. Think about it. You're either holding your power here, which also could be full circle completion, 1, 2, 3, right? The end. You're choosing to end it. I'm going to put a cork in it. You're done. Or full circle completion, I'm going to release my power. I'm going to take that cork out and I'm going to release my power. You can take it in both ways, but the situation is just like what I was saying. That's why my higher self said, go to the shadow of work. And I'm getting again. So we have triple confirmation on this particular message. There is powerful, vibrant energy around you. You may feel like it isn't, but there is. And it's changing lives. You have the ability to do that. And with the ability, you've got that in you. With that ability, you've got responsibility, right? But you have been either choosing self-blame or blaming of others. Remember that dragon that was sitting up on the mountain, lonesome by himself, angry with the red eyes, staring at that dead skull? Were you angry at yourself? Were you choosing destructive thought patterns and you're staying up at night? Like that guy carving that woman, the bust of that woman, staying up late at night, not sleeping, sitting up on that mountain late at night thinking, going over and over and over and over, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. How am I going to get out of this? What do I say? What do I say? Or, I can't believe they did this. I can't believe they did this. How could they do this to me? I worked so hard. You stabbed me in the back. You were my brother. That skull was dead. It's over. You can't bring it back to life. Whatever that situation is, you can't bring it back to life with negative thoughts. Now, if you're that man, you have the ability to create something new. The past is dead and gone. The future isn't. So don't choose the same. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result, right? So she's telling you it is possible to change. You've got a shitload of power behind you and within you. And if you're able, that man sat there at night, all night long, working. If you can do that for work, you can do that for yourself. If you can stay up at night worrying all night long, you can spend that time constructively in a different manner, in a positive light. If you can't sleep at night, pray. If you can't sleep at night, lay there and say positive affirmations. Call upon Spirit for help. Visualize, focus on what you're doing, what you want to bring in. Not worrying about, oh my God, I got a deadline, I got a deadline, I got a deadline. That is not going to help you. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning with a headache. You gave me one. You gave me one, and I'm trying to work with it. Thanks for that. So I detach from your energy. I take all my energy back, and I give you yours back, because I don't have that worry right now. So I know it's not me. So what the reason is because you've allowed this debris, whatever this is, if it's, as I said, thoughts of your own or the energy of the people that are around you, to come and cling to your dress, to your suit. It's hiding what's within you, or you're hiding it. You're choosing to do it yourself. You're choosing to cloak yourself. You're choosing to stay in the shadows, right? You're choosing to stay in the dark. The dark is taken over, but it's not going to take over without your permission. Flip it over and get things in balance. Love your darkness, but don't stay in a place of darkness. Once you clear away all this crap. Now, remember I saw the woman, I called her the Queen of Swords, and she was in green, and it was about taking care of nature. But what I saw was jealousy and envy. The people that you work with, I'm getting this for myself a lot too, and I am ignoring it because I'm not taking it on. It's very clear that there are people that are jealous and envious of your position, of what you have, of your ability, and they are presenting themselves to you as your friend. That's why the owl said, see past the illusion. Even if you're trying to trick yourself into believing, oh, they really actually do like you. You know when there's a shallow compliment. You know when somebody wants something from you. And if you don't, ask Spirit to show you, who is it in my midst that's kissing my ass, that's talking behind my back? A three-headed snake or serpent. Put them in a bottle. Take back your energy. Call on the wisdom of the owl. Help me see through the deception and the illusion. Cork it. I want my energy to come back. I'm going to cork your energy. I don't want it around me. And once you're clear about that, then all of a sudden, boom, then the divine masculine shines from you. And check out her dress. I'll bring you in close. Look at the symbols all over her dress. These are, look, everywhere. This is Archangel Metatron working with you. Archangel Metatron works with indigo adults, crystal children, indigo children, us, basically. He's our power angel, Archangel Metatron. He works with the crane people. You're going to see the messages and signs. You're going to hear what he has to say. You're going to see, when I walked around yesterday in the rocks, you're going to see who's talking to you. I saw it the day before, and I showed you guys yesterday. If you go back and look, as I walked towards the big giant heart rock, right when I started yesterday's weekly reading, I said, there's a giant heart rock. Look at it. You can see a warrior's head in the center of that heart. You have the heart of a warrior. But you know what was interesting? I spoke of it then, and if you want to go back and look on my page, in my pictures, you can see it. On the right side, now think about this. Normally there's the heart side and the other side, or there's the night side and the light side, right? But in this instance, the way I'm using it, I want to be your right-hand man, your best friend, your buddy. That heart of the warrior, there was a giant heart. The warrior's head was on the left side of the heart, which is where it should be, the heart side. And on the right side, there was a face that was resting, sleeping, leaning in, nestled into the green healing grass. So the right thing to do is to take a pause. The right thing to do is take a rest. The right thing to do is to step away from it. There's healing there for you in doing so. You will be at peace. The right thing to do is choose peace. It's all in that. You have the heart of a warrior. You have the strength within you. Come to a place of peace. Remember, and all of the messages will start jumping out at you left, right, and center. I saw messages. I had so many messengers after I hung up. Oh, God, I guess because a lot of times they're just for me. They're for my story and they're for myself. But the things that I saw as I walked through there in the mountains and the rocks, mostly what I saw was support all around me. It was support. And spiritual people understand this. When you see messages but in the elementals, that is spirit talking to you. They're signs and symbols, but it's speaking to you. So everywhere I went, if you look at my pictures that I took yesterday, there was face after face after face. So many of the faces were smiling into the sunlight, into the divine masculine, at peace. I didn't see angry faces. They were all smiling, happy faces. So This is how you keep your energy strong, by focusing on the positive, seeing the light, removing yourself from the toxic people, energy, situations, thoughts, and worries and fears. Don't allow them to mislead you. You go where there is love. You go where there is compassion, understanding, forgiveness. You come from a place of love, compassion, understanding, and forgiveness. That's when you're getting the right signs. When you start seeing angry faces all around those rocks, you're out of balance. So that was a good sign for me. I was in a good balanced place. I'm seeing things correctly because everywhere I looked, I saw support and I saw love. Giant heart rocks. Ooh, I got to show you. I was gifted. I was literally gifted with 2 rocks. I find this really intriguing. Somebody placed them up on top of a rock and they left them there. And I asked Spirit, you know, when you take something from nature, you have to give something back. So you leave something behind. But these were left for me. Oh, I see him again. I see an avian flyer. It's like the Red Baron. Just see the hat? And that's his beard. And there's the hair, his wings flying up behind him. And he's on the back of Spirit, crystal, energy. This, I just saw that just now. I didn't see that before. And there you see again, his co-pilot. Now it also is a bird. It's a cardinal. Or it's a robin. The cardinal says, know your own nobility. Have respect for yourself, how far you've come. Do you see the little bird? If it's a robin, it's a new beginning, which the Spirit said, this will be the time for a new beginning. It's also the co-pilot, wearing the helmet, you know, the leather, the Red Baron. And she's got long dark hair. That's awesome. So on one side, we've got, where did it go? Oh, I've lost it. That's so funny. One side you have the Red Baron. I've lost it. And then on the other side, you have the female co-pilot. So that was one of the messages that I saw. So I love that. And this, not to mention, look at the colors. Is this incredible? And I washed it and washed it and washed it to see if, you know, if it was just stained. No. Isn't it beautiful? So this 2-in-1 rock solid, these 2. So this is giving you a message about a partnership, right? You and your co-pilot, or you and Spirit. To me, that's me with the long dark hair. And on the other side, if I could find my warrior where it was with the beard, I can't find it right now. I'll have to go back and look at it. We work together as a team. Also, Spirit's working with you. And then this one is clear quartz mixed with look at the mica in there. Can you see the shine, the shimmer? Everywhere I go, I'm finding mica. Do you see the face right there? Right there. It could be an animal, it could be a bird. I'll show it to you. It's a cat. Reminds me of Lily. 2 eyes, the nose, the white chest, the white face. Wow. So the cat talks about, look at the eyes. Look at the eyes like Lily. Holy moly. So this is my babe. So this is about innocence. Seeing yourself as in the light. Innocent. Also, a cat is balanced. A cat knows when to rest, when to take a break, right? A cat is curious. A cat is flexible and adaptable. They're independent. So you don't need to be with those other people. You can strike out on your own. Spirit says that they're going to lead you. Look at that lily right there. Now I see a bird. Same thing. That's going to turn into a beak. And these are the feathers coming down. But I prefer to see this as lily. That's my Lil right there. I want to take a picture of that when I'm done. That's amazing. Cat. Careful about curiosity though, right? Well, what if I just do it for a little while? I just try it out. No, Spirit's telling you. What is your higher self? They're saying, listen to your higher self. Get into a place of quiet and peace and ask yourself in all honesty, do I feel comfortable in this situation? No? Then get the hell out of there. Right? You've got 9 lives as a cat. You're going to rise again. Spirit's already shown you that. You've got the strength and stamina. Look at this. This is perseverance. Wow. So once you have done this and you've removed the negative people, once you've removed the negative energy, the toxic situations and stuff or thoughts away from you, you will see the messages and signs. You will see the guidance that you right now maybe aren't seeing. If you're saying, I'm praying, I'm not getting anything, you're not clear. You need to get clear. You need to get balanced. You need to get calm. And once this happens, expect big changes and good ones. Don't expect things to stay the same, because they won't. Those relationships, you will then see the people for who they truly are. And those relationships will fall away. That job will fall away. That opportunity will no longer be an opportunity. It will be a threat. And you'll see it that way. You'll recognize it's a toxic energy. It's a toxic situation. It's a toxic idea. Those are toxic thoughts. I'm not going to think that way anymore. It's all going to fall away, but it's going to fall away naturally. It's not going to be something you're going to have to say, I want you out of here. You're just going to, you won't align. All of a sudden, somebody's going to, move away from the company or dissolve the company or walk away from the friendship. It's just going to happen. And when that happens, sometimes we go chasing after it. Don't. This is you asking for what you deserve and demanding what you deserve. This is you not settling. This is you expecting the best and getting it. And that is not pride. That's not ego. That's called self-love. Okay. Long reading again. Okay, so I don't know. I wish I could think. My head is still there. I'm going to take some time after this. I'm trying to decide, is it Oracle of Shadows and Light or the Akashic Records? Let me hear a song. Peaceful. I want to give you wild love. That's nice. I want to give you wild love. Self-love or love to another. I want to do it, then do it. That's the thing. Remember, there's an opportunity in front of you. Act. So, opportunity to love yourself, opportunity to show love to another. Now's the time to do it. Yep. Okay, I guess we're hammering this home. Marie Masqurade. Somebody's putting on an act. Somebody is not who they appear to be. There's a lot of messages in Marie Masqurade. Glamour, intrigue, drama, right? The drama, what do we do with the drama? We remove ourselves from it. From the intrigue, is it intriguing? Is it in my highest good? Am I curious? Remember the cat? Curiosity killed the cat. Careful. Look into it. Ask questions. Wait. And allow something to show itself before you go there. Also, she's at a masquerade party, but she's not wearing a mask. She's taken her mask off. So she may be involved with people that are pretending to be something other than they are. But she's not. She's allowing herself to be seen for who she is. She wants to get moving on her spiritual path. Or him, right? Because look, her ship's come in. She's ready to go. She's got 2 feathers in her hair, so she's connecting to her higher self, her avian messengers. White feathers. She's connecting to spirit, higher self, and truth. That is how her ship has come in, on the wings of angels. She's trusting in spirit. She's taken off that mask. She's no longer hiding who she was, pretending to be something that she wasn't. She's moving forward in a positive way. She's going to get on this horse that's meeting her, and she's going to leave that situation. Another message is, there may be people that are coming to you, as we kept getting, that are going to offer you something. And it's going to be clearly intriguing. And if you're curious about it, you're interested in it, you're hungry for it, they come at you. People know when you're a mark. They know when you're ripe for the picking. Maybe you're a beautiful person and somebody wants, remember? If they want something from you, or they want to offer you something, but it's not in your highest good, it's in their highest good. Because right now, they may be coming to you and wanting what you have. You're beautiful, you're talented, you're connected. They're using you. They're not true friends, they're fair weather friends. There's people that are jealous of you. We already got that. People are gossiping. So right now, there's gossip and drama around someone that you care about. How do you handle it? Remember what I said the other day? People are talking shit. And if someone goes to you and says something to you, you're my friend. Oh, this person said that. And what did you say? What was your response? Did you defend me? Did you buy into that story? Oh, I didn't really say anything. Really? Well, thanks for being a friend. Neither one of you are my friends. Or if somebody has been gossiping about another, and you know, in that song, sometimes the greatest way of saying something is saying nothing at all. Everyone knows about my transgressions. People are talking about this person. And so what? Are you going to join in? Are you going to listen to that gossip? You don't know what the true story is. You're just listening to the gossip. Because there's gossip around somebody that you care about. You can't control what other people can say. And we can't. And I can't. So what is my position to this? I step out. I don't care. You're just showing who you are. And the people that listen to you are the same as you. So I don't really care about the opinion of any of you. None of you can do me any damage. However, there is a message about gossip and how it can slander people and it causes issues. Eventually, karma will straighten it out. But there was a man who caused something very, very awful to happen to this other man. And he was in court being judged by a judge. And he said, I didn't do it. I that's what I understood. And I just said this, you know, I was just talking. It was just words. And the judge says, I want you, and he gave him a piece of paper. And he told him to write down all the people that he said and all the things that he said on this piece of paper. And then come back the next day to hear his judgment. So then he comes back and he says, and after you do that, I want you to cut up every word and spread it throughout the city. So then he comes back and he says, okay, so what is your response? And that's when he said, it was just words. I didn't, do anything to him. I just said this. And it's because that's what I was told. And the judge says, and I want you to go out and get every one of those pieces of paper and bring them back to me. And he goes, I can't do that. The wind blew it all over the place. And he says, exactly. So your words, you spread those words, and then they went, and you have no control over how far it goes or what happens. And the result of your words caused this to happen and damaged this person. And the person was judged. So again, it'd be best for you to spend your time not around the water cooler during work, gossiping or engaging or even listening in other people's gossip, because even if you don't engage in it, you just listen to it, you are allowing yourself to be tarnished by things that you don't even know are truthful. And even if it is the truth that's being spoken, if it's not something that's said in front of somebody's face, it's harmful. It's malicious. It's nasty. If it's said something harmful in front of somebody's face, it's bullying. So it'd be best to take your break and go meditate. Or instead, lead by example. Change the topic of conversation. Inject something positive into the conversation if you must be there. But there is gossip. And there's jealousy and there's envy. And somebody has spread rumors and it's caused things to go sideways. So if you're the subject of the gossip, recognize you can't stop it. Lift your head high, like her. I know that you're there. I know, just like me, I know you're talking. You're not affecting me. You're just showing who you are. And eventually your karma will come, and it will be coming in a way you do not appreciate. Now, as I said, be careful that the one coming to you, offering you this position, isn't offering this position to you. Like I've had friends that were offered, my friend Tracy, she'll say, yep, this is me, was offered a position. And she realized that, you know what, it wasn't for benefit for her. It was because her gifts were going to be used. And the person was going to take half her money. I'll give you half and you take half. Well, forget it. I'll take it all. I'll do it myself. Right? If you have the ability to work for this person, here's your message. The guy that was offering you in my dream last night, if you have the ability to work for him and do that, you can do it better yourself. Because he's negative, the energy is toxic, and it's going to go down. You can do it the right way, and you will prosper. So, also, it could be this person is look at her, she's not very trusting. Because people have used me. People have always come to me because of the way I look and because of what I can do for them. And I'm having a difficult time trusting. Try to understand that and look inside and make sure that you're not one of those people that is networking instead of befriending someone. This one needs a real friend, a true friend, a loyal friend, not somebody who is affected by what they can get from this person. Also, for you, don't feel like you have to dress up. You know, remember we were talking about burning the midnight oil and you're having a difficult time in your finances? But you run with the crowd who does really expensive things. They're always out drinking and partying, and it costs a lot for drinks, right? And the clothes are expensive, and you know, the people I run with, they all wear designer clothes. Remember that in high school? Well, that happens in adult life too. They all drive, you know, BMWs, or they all drive, you know, 4x4s, or, you know, everyone that I know has quads, and you know, it's expensive to upkeep. You know, they've got toy boxes, and so I put everything on my credit cards because, you know, otherwise I wouldn't be able to go anywhere with my friends. Well, hanging out, you know what? If you can't go with your friends without having all of that, they're not your friends. I went with friends to the desert. It was their toy box. It was their stuff. There was enough for everybody to go around. You got to think about it. If you're in a position where you can't afford it, you don't start charging it up on your charge cards. And then you'll burn the midnight oil and burn yourself out because you're panicking trying to pay for it all. Because you're trying to fit in. Because you want to, you know, you have to wear these kind of clothes, or if you don't wear this kind of clothes, if you don't act, or just act in this certain way. You know, you see that. You see a group of people, you see it in movies all the time where one person's a bully and one person's, you know, narcissistic and snotty, but you've been invited into that very elite group. You've never belonged, you know, that high society group, or that really popular group, or it's just like high school, but it's in adult life. It happens all the time. Keeping up with the Joneses. Don't feel the need to keep up with the Joneses. Instead, search for your own soul family, where you're accepted for who you are, not for what you have, and not for what you're wearing. Those are false friends. And then the last message is, along with the, I just have to focus it in a different way. The offer, like I saw in my dream last night, the offer that's coming to you, they're going to give it to you. They're going to bring you that offer in a way that looks very appealing. Just like we saw with the Ark of the Covenant, right? They're going to come forward and it's going to look really good. It's going to look safe. It's going to look like it's in your highest good. It's going to look profitable. It's going to look, whatever it is, it's going to look good. But it's in the reverse. We got it emphasized 3 times. And now again. If you take that offer, and the temptation is strong for whatever reason, I've always wanted to belong, I need the money, I'm trying to get ahead, if I do it, I can get this. If I do this, then I can take some time off. You're looking at it that way. Don't try and finagle things around your brain. You know there's going to be a very high price to pay. It's a shot. Yeah, but you know what? If I do this and I take this job and I go and I'm gone again I may lose my family. My girlfriend may be gone. Spirit says there's an opportunity in front of you right now to grab, but they're not telling you to grab that opportunity. They're telling you to grab an opportunity that is for your spiritual good, your highest good. You need to get clear on what that is. Because you're like, okay, well, Spirit says, look, there's an opportunity in front of me and I didn't take it. I stepped back and now the opportunity's there again. And now you're telling me not to take it? No, I'm telling you, use your higher self. Go to Spirit and say, what are the pros and cons of this? What is going to further me along my spiritual path? Is this going to take me closer to my spiritual path, or is this going to lead me away from my spiritual path? Because Spirit said, no matter how bad it gets, no matter how bad it looks, no matter how bad it really appears on the outside, stay on your spiritual path. And once you do that, your test is done, and you may find that, boom, it's over, and all of a sudden, everything opens up and you see it. It's like, you know, you're desperately looking for a job. I can't find a job. And then somebody offers you this job, and you're like, ugh, I'd take it. And all of a sudden, all the other calls start coming in, right? Don't do anything because you're in a panic. It's the worst time to make a decision. Make sure that the politics involved, remember the chess game yesterday? Make sure the politics involved are what you want to be involved in, that you want for your life. Because there are sacrifices made for every choice we make. Remember the sacrifice yesterday? Make the sacrifice. Make the sacrifice. But it's got to be a sacrifice of something worthy. Right? Because there are consequences that are hidden. You can't see the consequences. They're not going to show you that. Otherwise, you wouldn't bite. It's like Freya on the line. Don't bite. That's somebody who's going to reel you in and throw you back. They want to reel you in for fun. They want to reel you in to get what they want, and they're just going to throw you back. They don't give a shit about you. They are not your friend. They are fair weather friends. Don't delude yourself because you've always wanted to belong. Now, it's a tempting offer. However, one more thing, and I'm going to throw this, and you guys are going to be like, oh my God, well, which is it? Well, this is because I can't make your decision, and I've got to cover every aspect. Spirit is guiding me. Remember the card we got, was it day before yesterday? We're here. Somebody's got something brewing. There's something being concocted. Now, if something's being concocted, that's not good. If something's brewing, that's different. Right? Something's brewing. You need to find out for yourself, is this something that's good for me? It could look scary and not be scary. There's the osprey. The osprey's back. Wow. He's come 3 times. No, it's a red hawk. It's a red hawk. Okay. Okay. Remember yesterday, if he comes up close again, or she, the red hawk says a message is coming. Look at yesterday's weekly reading, and the red hawk is what's being spoken about. If you see an abundance of red hawks in your life, there's a specific message for that. If you're seeing an abundance of red hawks, and I am. So red hawk messenger is very, very promising. There is a message coming, so stay on the alert. Fly high, go up to spirit, higher perspective, and look at things from a higher perspective. It's in the details. Hawks are very detail oriented, so it's in the details. Now remember, something could look scary. Something could look like it's negative, right? This dark horse coming forward. I'm not quite certain about you. I don't know if I trust this. So that's when the cat needs to be curious, and that's when you call upon that wisdom of the owl to see through the deception, see through the illusion, and recognize, is this something? Doesn't mean that the offer is negative. It means I need to ask questions. I need to gain clarity. I need to be sure that I'm understanding things correctly, and I ask the appropriate questions. Ask Spirit to show you. What questions should I ask? What things should I be looking into? The red hawk, they call them the Labrador retrievers of the hawk world because they can be your loyal best friend. I am a red hawk. The messages that I'm giving you right now are from Spirit. I'm being your best friend now, delivering the messages sometimes that you don't want to hear. Spirit shows an Aries because I do it. The red hawk says stay alert and be aware because the signs in front of you are very obvious. They're very clear. Select one of the choices before you give in and give it your passionate attention. Choose your priorities, eliminate distractions. An overabundance of red-tailed hawk messengers means your prayers are being answered, and the prayers are being brought on the wings of the hawk. So a message is coming. They're asking you, what are you wishing for right now? What are your dreams? Are you able to recognize the gifts that are being brought to you and the doors opening before you? If you're not able to see the gifts coming your way, the red tails are coming to assist you and call your attention to them. This is what we've been asking for. They're going to help you identify who in your tribe is the ones that are bringing forward the gifts, and who in the tribes are the ones that you want to stay away from. The red hawk, that's who we call upon. The red hawk and the owl work together. The owl works at night, the red hawk works during the day. When you're up at night, call upon the owl. During the day, we call upon the red hawk. They're calling your attention to old habits, patterns, and defenses that are getting in your way, that relate to you as well as to the people that you're associating with. So listen and be willing to let your guard down. Take the mask off. Represent yourself as yourself. Release the old habits and patterns. You are about to receive a message from Spirit. Well, you're receiving a lot of messages from Spirit, but the fact that she just showed up now, and I thought she was the osprey, but she went up into the light and I caught her tail feathers, and they're red, red, red. So you're going to need time to integrate the messages that you're getting. So like with this, after you hear this reading, take some time in quiet and think about it. It'd be good to take maybe when you're doing your nap. I like listening to these readings with my eyes closed in my meditative state, because then I hear things that I've said that my higher self was talking about that I didn't even catch. Or go outside and just take some time so that you can interpret the message that's coming for you. because it's connecting you to your higher self. The Red Hawk is taking you higher. It's helping you have the ability to see the magic in the ordinary. It's also telling you to become more observant, right? Take your mask off. It's blurring your vision. A lot of the messages that the Hawk talks about is about freeing yourself. You are about to free yourself from the negative thoughts and feelings and things that have been keeping you limited. You are taking your mask off. You are going to get on your own horse to freedom and move forward. As the Red Hawk, optimism is our strongest virtue, right? We want to share visions of better and brighter futures for everyone. That's why we're here. That's why the Red Hawk is chosen as the messenger. Positive energy. And what's funny is it's difficult to share insights with others because a lot of times it's not what they want to hear. I get that a lot. So we have to learn how to give the messages and not force them on people. You know, you want to listen to this, you can. I'm just the male person, right? You don't go give your opinion to somebody without being asked. I put this out on a forum. If you choose to listen, that's your point. Also, very important not to worry about what other people think of you. That's not really me. This whole thing, that's not really who I am. That's a benevolent facade. Well, I don't want to be a part of that plastic society. I'm not going to really worry. You know, I'm not going to worry about keeping up with the Joneses. Get in touch with the larger picture. The Red Hawk is a symbol of illumination and peace, was what we were asking for. Peace. Calling upon higher self. Asking ourselves to get centered. So when we go to our higher selves, we get messages and insights that are otherworldly. They're outside the box of normalcy. Sometimes you can't explain. You just have a knowing, or you just know which way to go, and you can't explain why. Or maybe you're picking up messages, and maybe you can't prove that these people are doing something dirty, but you know it. You're going to trust it. You're trusting in your wisdom of your higher self. It takes time to get connected with your power animals so that you can. So call upon the wisdom of the Red Hawk to help you. Red Hawk people are natural born investigators, psychics, attorneys, observers. That comes with us. We have very direct speech. We don't cut people down, but we're very direct. The Red Hawk is also the wisdom that comes from the Red Hawk. You don't just get it. You have to work for it. No big dogs riding for free. The red is passion, power, energy, the kundalini. That's our life force that's flowing through us. That's the serpent snake, and I talked about that yesterday in weekly reading. If you see the snake, don't be thinking that, you know, it's all about people, deceptive people in your midst. Well, there is that. It's also telling you that there's power and your kundalini is being highlighted and awakened. So call that in. Put your focus on that. The sleeping serpent, awaken. And it only awakens when you do your work and you're consciously aware. This is why we're here. Excellent way to end. Love you guys. Have a good day.